Taya!
Take it easy.
Don't tell me to take it easy. I've been in a hospital bed for months. Where the hell is she?
She's at the police station.
Oh, that's just grand. I finally come home from the hospital and she's decided she'd rather work.
Well, she wanted to be here, but she has to get her brother out of jail.
She couldn't wait an hour?
Mwah.
What is this for?
This is for still being a pain in the butt. And for admitting that you were wrong about seeing Uncle Tomas in that window when you were shot.
You have good news for me?
I'm ready to ask the DA and the commissioner to drop the charges against you.
I'm glad you're representing me again, Taya. It means the world that you believe in me.
My job is to defend my client, whether or not I believe in him.
So now you and Uncle Tomas can just get past all your animosity, right?
We already have.
Great. I'm gonna go get something to eat. You want something?
How about a sandwich?
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Good.
Except, I just can't help wondering how you could make such a big mistake accusing Tomas of shooting you when he didn't.
Well, what can I tell you? Nobody's perfect.
Uh-huh. So maybe you're mistaken about being mistaken.
You okay, Red?
Yeah, I'm so stunned that Clint did this. I mean, it's one thing to confessing to shooting Eddie Ford, okay? But then to finally confess to everything.
That's the noble act of a dying man.
Oh, there's nothing noble about it, for God's sakes, Bo. This is justice. I mean, it's not the justice that you and I are used to, but you know what? Clint is to blame for everything. He is. If he had been so hell-bent on hurting us, Matthew never would have killed Eddie Ford. So if he wants to take responsibility for everything that he's done, I think we can live with that.
Get Matthew.
It's over!
What are you talking about?
Didn't you see the news? Blanca Morales just outed Eddie Ford's murderer.
Well, then I guess I better get down to the station before they start coming for me.
No. They're not coming for you. Your Uncle Clint just confessed. Now no one ever has to know that you're the one who did it.
Just call me when you get this. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're back. I was just trying to get a hold of James. Some guy named Clint Buchanan just confessed on live TV to killing Eddie.
It's impossible. Clint didn't kill my dad.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I know who did.
How's Kelly?
She'll live.
Oh, thank God. I was so worried.
I'm sure.
I'm glad you're home. I need to come clean.
Search the area around the Angel Square Hotel again, all right? Canvass everyone. Someone has to see this woman leaving with a baby, okay? Get back to me.
Man.
Hey. Feel better?
Much. The doctors say I'm gonna be okay. Thanks to you. If you hadn't have found me when you did.
Oh, but please don't thank me.
John, thank you. Dorian told me that they still haven't found Marty.
She fled the scene. We have an APB out for her arrest. I was hoping maybe you could help us.
Whatever you need.
Do you remember anything about when she attacked you? Anything she said? Anything she did that might tell us where we might find Marty?
Actually, maybe I do.
Whatever it is you think I know, I don't know. I forgot. It's been 8 years.
8 years. It went by like no time in your mind. But you're here with me now. And I can see your mind working.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is he...
You took it! We know that! And we need it back.
Okay.
Okay. Make it easy on yourself and tell me. Where is it?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Did you give it to John McBain? Is that why he's asking questions about this?
don't get it. Why would my uncle confess to a murder he didn't commit?
Maybe he did it. Maybe Eddie was still alive, and when you left him at that motel, your uncle found him and finished him off.
No. I killed him. There's no question about it. He was dead.
Look, who cares why he did it? You're off the hook.
No, I don't think so. And even if I do let my uncle do this, even if I do, there's still people who know the truth, okay?
But not anyone who would turn you in.
Matthew Buchanan killed my father.
Who is Matthew Buchanan?
He's some guy from school. He used to date Danny.
Whoa. Some high school kid killed Eddie Ford?
Yeah. I heard Danny's friend Destiny tell her that Matthew did it.
No, maybe you heard wrong.
No, I got it right. But I didn't waste time asking Destiny for details. They don't even know that I heard them. I went straight to Matthew, and the little punk admitted it. He told me right to my face what he did. And now he's trying to get his rich, powerful uncle to take the rap for him.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about it?
Matthew can learn to live with it. And it's our job to convince him to let his uncle do this for him.
Or we can let Matthew confess.
No. No, I'm sorry, that's not an option. Absolutely not. I don't think that my son deserves to spend the rest of his life behind bars for this.
I'm here to see that you go free. That's what counts.
But you still think I'm guilty?
Honestly, Tomas, I don't know what to think.
Your husband recanted his statement. He admitted he was wrong about seeing me in the window.
Yes, I know. And I'm very curious to understand exactly why Todd's memory changed all of a sudden.
Guess he just wanted to do the right thing.
I'll admit that Todd has changed over the years, but Todd wanting to do the right thing is about as likely as him admitting he's wrong.
Maybe Todd's changed more than you realized.
I just couldn't let an innocent man pay for something he didn't do, that's all.
You're right. If that guy's innocent, I'm Hannah Montana.
So you think he shot me?
I don't know. But the guy's got a serious criminal vibe and operates like a professional killer.
How do you mean?
The first time he showed up at your hospital room, I didn't know that it was your wife's brother. So when I tried to keep him out, he nearly took me down with some fancy martial arts moves.
Whatever. He's still not the guy who shot me from the window.
What happened? Did he threaten you into changing your story?
Sean, Tomas didn't do anything, okay? Just drop it.
Whatever you say.
I'm gonna take a shower.
When I showed up at your place, Marty was already there. She was insisting that you belonged to her. Not just with her, but to her. She wouldn't accept that you could be with anyone else.
What else did she say?
Well, she ransacked through my grocery bags, and then she was ranting about how I didn't know you the way she did. That's when she really snapped.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you relive all this.
No. It's okay. It's okay. She was just clearly unbalanced. She was going on about how the two of you had history. That you were done with me, just like you were done with Natalie. And, it made me think. I started worrying that she might go after Natalie next. What? What is it, John? What aren't you telling me?
Marty pushed Natalie off the roof of the Angel Square Hotel, and then she took off with Leah.
I'm clean about what?
I just want to talk to you about, it's about your sister, Jessica West. They still haven't found her.
Thanks.
Wait, Joey, wait, stop. I'm sorry. That's not what it's not what I wanted to say. It's not what I need to say. What I need to tell, oh my God, I love you so much.
You love me?
Yes, that's why I have to get this out.
How can you say you love me when you've been humiliating me since we met? That's right, Aubrey. I know everything. I know that the woman who I loved, who I stood up for, to my family, is nothing more than a lying, scheming, gold-digging bitch.
I don't know anything about that file. Why should I?
You get nothing if you give me nothing.
I don't have anything to give you.
Then why is John McBain asking
How
about
many times are you going to ask me the same question?
Until you tell me what I need to know.
Natalie must be going crazy worrying about Liam. You know, I still can't believe that Marty would actually hurt him.
I tell you something, if anything happens to that kid,
John, you still care about him, no matter what you say.
Yeah, I mean, little boy's in danger. I'm a cop.
I know you're a cop. But this case is personal for you.
I mean, you and Cutter were just strolling around Europe looking for some rich, easy mark. And I took the bait. Hook, line, and sinker.
Joey,
No, that was the plan, wasn't it? I mean, come on, woo me, wed me, and then rip me off. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Joey, please, just
Seemed
listen to me.
foolproof, didn't it? I mean, you and Cutter even managed to switch the video that would have proved who you really were. I mean, you've been manipulating me for months.
Joey, stop it. Hold on. Just let me talk. Will you let me explain?
Okay, explain. By all means, explain away. Please, Aubrey, tell me that I've been mistaken, that I've got it all wrong.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Because everything you just said, it's all true.
Look, I know there are other people that know. But your parents made it clear that they don't want you to go to prison for
Oh,
it.
it's not just my parents' destiny.
It's not like Danny's gonna say anything.
Danny?
I'm sorry.
Are you
I didn't
kidding me?
mean to. Matthew, Blanca Morales came up to me while I was with Danny. And she was telling me how she was gonna out you as Eddie Ford's murderer. After she left, Danny kept asking me. So I finally had to tell her it was true.
Well, that must be...
Matthew, Matthew, what's wrong?
I know what I wanted to do when I found out. I went after Matthew and I decked him.
What I don't get is, why did this kid kill Eddie?
He says Eddie did some pretty bad stuff to his mom.
Yeah, Eddie did some pretty bad stuff to me too. Started with tricking me into breaking up with James.
Look, I know Eddie was the scum of the earth, okay? This isn't about that.
So what is it about?
Dina, I was arrested for Eddie's murder. I was in jail. I could have gone away for the rest of my life, and the whole time, Matthew sat back and watched. And when they dropped the charges against me and they went after my mom, he still kept his mouth shut. The little rich kid has to pay for that, and I'm gonna make sure that he does. One way or another.
Oh, good, you're both here. I see you have Todd's new statement. What new statement? The one where he recants his account of having seen Tomas Delgado in the window where the shots were fired.
I see.
I'm sorry, we've been dealing with Clint's confession, so I haven't... I understand. In light of the new statement, I'm asking that the DA drop all charges against my client.
Like hell.
Sean, where's my dad?
Taking a shower?
Oh.
So who's the girl Matthew Buchanan's having sex with?
Excuse me?
I heard him talking to my sister. At first I thought it was Little D, but she said it wasn't her. Matthew's with some other girl now?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, you know. Matthew and I aren't really friends. Do you want a sandwich?
Matthew's too young to be having sex. All of you are.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I'm glad Little D is not doing anything she's not ready for. You know, I just hope she's not upset. You know, Dee was sweet on Matthew for a long time, even before you came into the picture.
Yeah, I know.
She says they're friends, but I think she still might have a little thing for him.
No.
Hey, guys. Is that Tomas's stuff up there in the guest room?
Oh yeah, he's been staying
Oh, yeah?
since you've been
Yeah?
in the hospital.
Son of a bitch. That's fantastic. Who the hell does he think he is coming into my house, trying to weasel his way into my family?
God, Dad, so much for you and Uncle Tomas getting past your animosity.
Yeah, what she said.
This is what I was gonna come clean about. This is what I was gonna confess to you.
Really? How convenient.
I understand that it's hard for you to believe that right now, but it's true.
Yeah, so all of a sudden you were just gonna admit out of the blue that you set me up.
Yes, it's true. I knew who you were before we ever said hello. You were our latest mark.
So you guys have done this before. Great. Fantastic. Well, at least I wasn't taken by a couple of amateurs.
It wasn't the same, Joey. All the other guys we hit, they were just overprivileged trust fund jerks. You were...
Yeah, different. Special.
I know how it sounds, but it's true. You weren't like anyone I had ever met. Joey, all of that time that we spent together in Europe, it meant just as much to me as it did to you. You made me happy. You made me feel alive. You changed me.
And you made a fool out of me. You made me fall in love with you. Marry you. And the whole time you were sleeping with your so-called brother behind my back. I mean, how did I miss it? It was so obvious to my father from the start. And Kelly, too. And I treated Kelly so horribly when she was right about you from the start.
Yeah, this is personal. Marty attacked you, and she attacked Natalie, and she took her baby from my apartment.
Well, we both know there's more to it than that. Joey was here.
Yeah. He came in with Dorian. He was worried.
Apparently, he never left my side while I was out. When I woke up, he apologized. That he was wrong about Aubrey. And about me.
That's great. Glad he finally came around.
It's too bad it took me nearly getting killed for him to see things clearly. I saw something in your eyes earlier, and you were telling me what happened to Natalie. Did almost losing her make you see things clearly, too?
I didn't give anything to anyone.
We know you did. But you're not getting anywhere if you keep denying it. All we need is a name. Who did you give it to? Is it him?
Danny's right. No way you're as cool with Tomas as you're saying you are.
All right, I'm sorry I overreacted. I can do that. But I have been in a coma for some time, if you may recall. And before that, I have a little history. He was trying to get your mother to leave me, and I was trying to get him deported.
To where? He's from New York.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's over now. He and I are fine. Which means that he probably will not try to kill me anytime soon. By the way, you're fired.
Dad.
It's okay. Your mom is the one who hired me, so she's the only one who can fire me.
You think so?
And aren't you forgetting something? If Tomas wasn't the one using you for target practice, the shooter's still out there.
Yeah, he's right, Dad. Whoever did this could try to kill you again.
Nah, don't worry, he won't.
How can you be so sure?
I didn't shoot Todd.
Let me do the talking. Nora, with Todd's new statement, you've lost your chief witness.
Can I see his file?
Manning can withdraw his statement. That's fine, but we have a case. Tomas's fingerprints were found on a syringe in Manny's hospital room.
Which has no bearing on the shooting, which is the charge in question.
And the CIA has a file on Tomas.
And you haven't a clue as to how to decipher that file. And even if you had a clue, Bo, prior events can't be introduced in this case. And in terms of the foreign currency you found at the scene of the crime, completely meaningless, anyone could have dropped it.
Bo, as compelling as the evidence is, I'm afraid it's really not enough to hold Mr. Delgado, so I'm going to have to drop the charges.
Does that mean I'm free to go?
Yes!
Thank you.
Could you hold on just 1 second, please? I want to be clear about something. This case is still open. Now, you may have dodged the charges for now. That doesn't prove that you're innocent. So in the future, if we come up with any evidence against you, we will bring you in. I intend to put this shooter behind bars.
Well, I wish you luck.
Well, this is my town. I don't like trouble here.
Neither do I. Now that this town is my home.
Tomas. I'm sorry. I know you must be very disappointed, but there just wasn't enough evidence to take him to trial, Bo. And besides, I mean, Taya's enough of a viper under normal circumstances. Defending a family member, which, of course, I know exactly where she's coming from.
Whether Tomas pulled that trigger or not, he knows a lot more about Manning's shooting than he's letting on. And it burns me when I have to let someone get away with a crime.
Matthew, what's wrong?
Nothing, man. I just have a headache.
I'm not surprised. After all the stuff you've been through, your parents must have something in the medicine cabinet for you to take. So, come on, sit down, and I'll go get you some. You know, those headaches should go away now that you don't have to worry about going to prison.
You killed my father, you son of a bitch!
I knew your parents would have something for you to take, and once again, I was right. You'll want to get used to that. Now take 2 of these, and you'll feel better.
Yeah, I don't think so. Look, Des, there's something I have to tell you.
My primary concern is finding Marty before she can hurt anyone else.
You know what I value most about our relationship?
What's that?
We've always been able to be honest with one another. And I think that we have grown close enough that we can call each other out on our crap.
Yeah?
Yeah. Marty is absolutely crazy. But she's right about one thing. I turned to you to try to get over Joey, and you turned to me to try to get over Natalie. But I don't think either of us have ever really gotten over the people we truly loved.
Well, you know what it sounds like? Now that Joey's seen the error of his ways, that you two will get back together.
How many times did you leave my bed and go to his? What, it wasn't enough that you couldn't get into my bank accounts fast enough, so the two of you hatched some scheme so Cutter can marry my mentally ill sister? So you can blackmail my father?
No. I have nothing to do with that. That is all Cutter. That is his way of getting back at me because he thought I was falling in love with you, and he was right. I am. I love you, Joey, and I know you love me too.
I loved who I thought you were. And it's too bad she doesn't exist.
Yes, she does. Yes, I'm right here. I'm right here. You wanted a life with me. You wanted a family and a home, and I want that too. I don't care about the money, not anymore. All I care about is you. I just want to be the wife that I promised to be when we said our vows, and we can do that. We can have a real marriage. We can, Joey, we can do it. If you just let us.
Please don't tell me that you can't live with keeping what you did a secret.
Destiny, that's not what I was gonna say.
Well, good, because it's not a secret anymore. Well, at least not between the two of us. So if you ever want to talk about it, you can talk to me. I mean, we shared everything now. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Look, I know we're still trying to figure out our relationship, but what we did, hooking up, that sealed us. So you can trust me. I'll keep your secret forever.
Destiny, that's not what I was...
Look, I know I told Danny, but that's it. Don't you see? Your uncle gave you a gift. He gave you back your life and your future. So, Matthew, please, don't do anything stupid now.
But Destiny,
Look,
you need to...
That headache is really bad. Look, you should lay down and take it easy. I'm gonna go make sure that Danny keeps quiet about this, too.
No, but Destiny...
Look, it's okay. We'll talk later.
If whoever shot me really wanted me dead, I'd be dead. But I'm alive, and I don't want to live in fear.
Dad, listen.
However, if you would like to keep Sean on, to keep me safe, fine. By the way, shouldn't you be at some bodyguard convention or trying to find out who the real gunman was?
Not my job, but I wouldn't mind getting some fresh air.
Has my husband been behaving himself?
For him.
Uncle Tomas, you're home.
Thanks to your mom working her magic.
Well, Nora had no choice but to drop the charges since Todd no longer identifies Tomas as the shooter.
Well, I'm gonna go tell Nate the good news. So I'll see you guys later.
Okay, honey.
Todd, good to see you up and around.
Hey, Moss. Nice to see you're out of jail.
Give me a break, guys. Before you were shot, you were trying to get me to leave my husband. And you were trying to have my brother deported. And now you guys are best buds? What the hell is going on, huh?
Who's that? I didn't give it to him.
Then who?
I didn't give it to him because I don't know what it is. I'll tell you what, why don't you tell me what it is, and then maybe I can help you.
No. Actually, I have a much better idea.
Don't touch me. I mean, you honestly think we're gonna stay married after this? I mean, you must take me for an even bigger step than the one y'all already played me for.
Joey, you're not a sap. You're just
stop,
a good
stop
man with a
it.
good heart.
Aubrey, stop.
I love you, please.
Stop. Because I don't care. All right? I'm sorry I married you in the first place. I'm sorry I ever met you. I want you out of here tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna go down to the courthouse and file divorce papers on the grounds of fraud and adultery. And then I'm gonna go to Kelly and beg her for another chance.
I don't know what's gonna happen with Joey. He's still a married man. Though I don't know for how much longer.
Whatever makes you happy, Kelly. You deserve that. Let's just concentrate on getting better. You know, you gave us a real scare.
Yeah, I heard it was touch and go there for a while. You know, I know I was out, but I could just feel everyone pulling for me. I honestly think that's what saved my life.
You know, they say that sometimes faith can do what doctors can't.
I believe that. I believe that love and goodwill make miracles. They do. And if someone's sending out that powerful of a message, then maybe it could bring Liam back safely to you.
Tomas and I are just being civil to one another. That doesn't make you happy.
I would, if I didn't feel like you were both playing me for a fool.
No, I hear being in a coma can change a person.
Well, so can jail time, huh?
Tomas, you need to move out.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You need to move out. I mean, since you guys have such a great friendship, we wouldn't want that to relapse into mutual hatred. I'm sure you can get a room at the Angel Square Hotel for tonight and then decide where you can live later. Oh, I gotta take this. Excuse me. Taya Delgado?
I'll help you pack.
Danny. Hi, Tess. Hi. I'm so glad I caught you. Listen, we have to talk.
Oh, you're telling me? Sean just gave me the 3rd degree about the girl Matthew's sleeping with.
Oh my God. You didn't tell him it was me, did you?
No, of course I didn't. I can keep a secret.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. Listen, I need you not to tell anyone that Matthew killed Eddie Ford. Not even Nate.
I know, we talked about this.
But see, that was when it didn't matter. Because it was going to be all over TV.
Yeah?
But Clint took the rap instead.
Really?
Yeah. So there's no need for you to tell Nate.
I've got to go to Danny's. I have to tell her I know what Matthew did so we can figure out how we're going to turn him in.
Okay. Tess, I'm really not comfortable keeping secrets from Nate.
I know. Danny, I am your best friend and I am begging you, please.
Tess, you're asking me to lie to my boyfriend about who killed his father.
I know. Who did nothing but terrorize and hurt people. Listen, Danny, if this got out, it could ruin Matthew's life. Not to mention mine, now that we're together.
Danny.
Hey, kiddo. How you doing?
Destiny just stopped by and said that Uncle Clint confessed to killing Eddie.
Yes, that's true.
Why?
In his own way, your uncle loves you very much, and he doesn't want to see you run your life.
But he didn't do it. If he's convicted, he could spend years in prison.
No, he can't.
What, is there a way he can get out of it?
Clint's heart condition is more serious than we realize. He's dying, son.
Let me know where to send the divorce papers.
You can't divorce me.
Excuse me?
Not if you want to keep your nephew from going to child services.
That was Clint Buchanan. He needs to see me about a legal matter. I'm sure you'll have moved out by the time I'm back, so let me know where you end up, okay, bro?
I'll make sure he does.
Yeah, and you. Welcome home.
I'm gonna have your stuff sent to you so you can get the hell out of here right now.
I'm not moving out. You're gonna convince Taya that you want me to stay here, so I can be here with her and Danny.
Really? Why would I do that?
I think you know why. Same reason you withdrew your statement about seeing me in the window. I'm gonna get the hell out of here before someone starts singing Kumbaya.
I don't think that's gonna happen. You still can't stop me from sending out all my good energy towards you.
I'm glad you're doing better. I'll let you know when Marty's in custody.
Okay. I hope you find what you're looking for, John.
You too, Kelly.
What the hell are you talking about, Aubrey?
The judge gave us temporary custody of Ryder not only because we were family, but because we were a sane, stable, happily married couple. The judge made his decision basically on what I said. So if all of a sudden he finds out that you threw me out, that we're divorced, then Ryder will end up in foster care.
Is this a threat?
No, I'm just stating the facts.
Facts, because it sounds like you're blackmailing me into staying into marriage.
Joey, I just want another chance, please.
I've already changed the access codes to all my accounts.
It's not about the money. I already told you that. I love you. I need the chance to prove to you how much I love you and that we can have a real marriage.
That is never gonna happen!
I just want another chance, please. And if you can't do it for me, do it for Ryder.
I was just coming to see you.
Well, here I am.
Oh, hi. I'm Dina.
I know who you are.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear about Clint Buchanan? He confessed to killing my dad.
I did. Destiny just told me. Wow, so I guess that's it. Clint killed your dad.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm sorry, Matthew, but it's true. Your uncle wants to make amends for everything he's done while he still can.
But he didn't kill Eddie.
We know. But he did so many other things that led up to Eddie's death.
Okay, but even if... No, I'm not gonna let Uncle Clint take the rap.
Please.
No, I have to confess.
We need to talk about this.
I'm not just doing this because it's the right thing to do, even though it is. But because somebody else knows that I killed Eddie.
What? Who? Matthew? You all right?
In front of Tam, you're going to encourage me to stay here. And while I'm here, you're going to be a very gracious host because you have no choice in the matter.
Or I could just kill you.
Now you listen to me very carefully. We have waited 8 years for this information, so you need to think.
I keep telling you, I don't have it.
Okay? If that's true, there's no reason to keep you alive anymore.